out to not even be the cybernetics core that he needed to kill. He just said there's no units here except for like 2 sentries and 2 immortals.
Yeah, like even if, I think if Zest had a few more sentries to help force field the ramp, he could have stayed in the game.
Well,
also, I think
plus there was no cannons. I mean,
yeah, there's no cannons. And
no,
also,
yeah.
like also, I think he was waiting for those robotics facilities to be built because I assume that he wanted to get those immortals out to help defend. And we saw how much damage those immortals did. They kept him in the game for longer than I thought, actually, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a weird game there from Zest. It's funny because we were all talking, same with the Korean commentators, about how difficult this is going to be for Departure, but he could win. He's not a bad player, but I felt like that wasn't as much of Departure just, you know, playing a perfect game. It was just some very questionable decisions from Zest. He came out, we know the idea behind what he was trying to do. He wanted to actually pull that army back, but I think even if he had not pulled that army back, he still loses that game.
Yeah, I don't think having that amount of adepts there would have kept him in the game because adepts aren't really that great against Ravagers. Sure, they're great against Zerglings, but I think in that situation, Departure had that critical mass of Ravagers that he could just like plow through his way to victory.
Our next match is going to be GuMiho up against Leenock.
Former teammates.
That's right. Now, I would say if this was maybe 2 years ago, this would be a dead even match, but I think Leenock might be the favorite simply because he's on the better team.
Yep.
I mean, if you're on a better team, you're playing with better players, you're getting more knowledge, higher chance that your team just has more discipline and better coaching resources.
The thing is, though, GuMiho is known for being that really good multitasking Terran to draw the, especially in TVZ, being able to drop medivacks everywhere. And that being said, though, we are on Prion Terraces, so we might see something funky here from both players.
Yep, Prion Terraces, where we have the gold base expansion. You get more resources there. GuMiho, also known as a Tal Terran, always plays with a washcloth over his hand. And wow, totally different views. Do the Korean commentators know something the foreign commentators don't? I hope not. Let's start game number 2. In the bottom right, down here in the teal, GuMiho.
I think that sign saying that on Africa TV, MVP have their own channel, so check that out.
Show him some love. Here in the upper left in the red, Leenock, who has grown up a lot since I started casting him about 5 years ago.
Yeah, I remember he was a wee kid, and actually...
He was a youngin'.
If you remember the TSL ladder back in the Brood War days, Idra actually played him a lot on the iCup ladder.
Yeah, that's right.
Plays of him out there as a semi-pro, so if you're a history buff and you want to check out some old Brood War games of Leenock, go Google those.
Whoa, dude. Got barracks over here on the low ground.
And Leenock actually... Oh no, he's just scouting for a proxy. I thought he might have tried to take that base there, but...
Now, that's what I thought for a second. I'm like, whoa. All right, so GuMiho, this game, we're going to have a very good idea of where this game's going to be after we see this initial attack here from GuMiho. GuMiho wants to put some pressure on, but this means he's not expanding as quickly himself.
Yeah, I think GuMiho is playing this map the way that Terrence is supposed to play against Zerg. I think we saw Bravo last week play this match against, I think it was Sue. And he just played it like a straight-up game. And on a map like Prion Terraces, you should not be playing a straight-up game, especially given the fact that you have 2 gold bases, which are pretty easy to take here. And GuMiho here, he has 2 options here. He can keep pressuring with these, or he has the ability to pressure with these 2 barracks and expand behind it, and he's also got that wall, so any Zergling run-bys can't do that much damage.
Let's see how much damage he can actually do, though. You know, this is nothing new for...
Overlord's gonna get sniped by this Marine. That's not good news there for Leenock, and that's a really nice move there from GuMiho.
Yeah, but I think Leenock would still be okay if my understanding's correct with this. He still has his gold base up here. I think you just basically transfer your drones and then just keep that minor lead. At least seeing that, you also know that pressure is going to be headed your way. And so I think now what they're going to do, the Marines are just going to try to find that second Overlord. So this is interesting. I thought he might be trying to pressure the hatch with this, but instead, yeah, he just wanted to kill off the initial Overlords. And
you notice the Marine just scouting around the map trying to hunt that second Overlord, because if he gets that second Overlord, maybe he can do some more damage. But Leenock here actually adding a couple more Overlords than he would normally, especially when he's taking that gold base as well. He can afford it.
Okay, he hasn't quite... Yep, he sees it. Okay, great job here. Second Overlord spotted here. Leenock going to have to buy some time. You basically want to just avoid contact with the Marines and keep the Overlord alive for as long as possible so that you don't have that hiccup in your supply.
Yeah, and we actually see here an early evolution chamber from Leenock, so maybe he might go for an early attack or carapace upgrade, or maybe he wants to go for drops. We'll just have to see how this game turns out.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's even drops especially, that might be something quite strong to do here. Granted, he doesn't have Overlords immediately outside of his opponent's base. All the Overlords actually have to stay back here and defend.
And GuMiho is actually doing a really nice job just applying some pressure with these Marines. With those amount of Marines out, it's going to be hard for Leenock to take his third base, but we see here, Speedlings.
Okay, now he's going to try to stutter step micro this away, get as many of these Lings to not have the optimal surface area. Now, there's more Lings coming. We also have Burrow being upgraded, by the way. Now, he sends these Lings to the middle of the map. He wants to intercept these reinforcing Marines, but good job hugging the wall. He actually goes around.
Yeah, trying to deny that surface area there in case of us around. And
he's making a lot more Lings behind this, man, and he's getting Banelings. I think he wants to do possibly even a Baneling bust there on the entrance.
But look at all these Marines here. Managed to sneak to that third base of Leenock, and actually, Leenock has a lot of Speedlings here, but that hatchery is actually kind of a detriment to Leenock's army. He can't do us around here, and also GuMiho using those minerals to help block.
Okay, bad angles here, but I think he should be able to have a strong enough surround that these Marines will be taken out. And again, considering he's been pumping Marines that entire game, I think the possibility of a Baneling bust could be pretty effective here.
But as we see here, GuMiho doing a nice job getting that tank out, because the tank is pretty much one of the best units you can get in terms of defense. It has the siege mode upgraded already. It does splash damage. And nice splash there from the tank.
You know what he might want to do, too? He might want to just make Baneling landmines. He might want to just booby-trap the map, because Terran may be trying to drop here. That may be effective as well, but if Terran does try to do that big push, he just can't do it quite as well.
I love these burrowed Zerglings here. Going to see that GuMiho is going to use that Medivac with that tank to try and do some harassment, but it doesn't seem like Leenock's going to be prepared for this.
Well, he's coming up. He's going to know that this is on the way, right? He knows for sure that this is coming for him. And now the tank is going to give away his position. But does Leenock have enough to defend? Now, it's not easy for this tank to do a ton of damage to the workers, but he could end up taking out a lot of the Lings as he tries to defend against this. You want to have the Queen targeting the medevac, and then the Lings trying to get underneath the medevac so that it can't land that tank effectively without it taking some damage.
And as we saw in the game reality against Dark and Leralac Crest, this tank medevac combination at the early start of the game is just basically this help stop creep. And we see here a couple of creep tumors have been killed from GuMiho, but looks like GuMiho is trying to take the third base, not at the gold, but at the old gold base, I guess. But nicely there, played by Leenock with that Zergling burrowed under. He can't land that, and he has to waste a scan.
Okay, good little delay, as you were saying. We have the Spire coming up here now. Again, the Queens are going to try to just zone out that medevac. Obviously, if he loses the medevac, the tank surely will be taken out here. And we see, by the way, the scan happening there on the mini-map. Again, hitting that medevac.
Well, it manages to scoot away, though. So Liberator is actually out here for GuMiho, and I wonder if he's going to try and do some damage here in the mineral lines, or he's going to snipe these Queens. It looks like he wants to snipe these Queens.
Well, he's actually got it out of position now.
But he also caught those Queens out of position. This siege tank is going to shell away at those Queens, and actually, no, you should lift that up!
Oh! He comes in! Ling's doing a lot of damage to these Marines.
That siege tank, though, doing a lot of damage to those Zerglings, so that could have been a lot worse for him.
This is such a weird attack over here. Is he going to get this hatch? This is so weird.
I did not expect Liberated tank to be a thing, but oh man, these Liberators just wrecking.
Yeah, why not, man?
Because they do a lot of damage to those Zerglings, so.
Oh, he might be able to still get this Queen with the tank over here. Oh, this is so weird. No, it lives. It lives.
But this Liberator lives. Will this tank live? Find out next time on the next episode of Prion Terraces.
He actually manages to drive back the Liberators. So the hatch remains. The mutas are going to come out now. But there's a big push coming up here from GuMiho.
Big push. That medevac's on low HP and he gets sniped out. But looks like here GuMiho wants to do his damage right now. He's happy with the army he has right now. And I don't think Leenock has enough units to defend this.
Is this really happening? Is MVP going to start out 2-0 against KT? This was like the unstoppable lineup.
It feels like we're in Bizarro World right now. As nice Baneling connects on those Marines is going to mop up the Marine force here. But GuMiho is going to take out this third base.
Oh my god, these drones taking so much damage right now. Only 2 of them actually remaining. He's going to have to regroup and attack into this now.
You see Leenock just mumbling to himself right now. He knows he's in a difficult position.
Oh my god, this is like unacceptable from KT, I gotta say. I mean, I'm nothing against MVP Chicken Morrow, but I mean, we're seeing such a strong lineup, and MVP right now just doing a fantastic job. I believe MVP was ranked at the bottom here for Pro League, so this is a pretty insane game coming out here so far.
And we see here, GuMiho just did his damage, stopped the creep, took out the third base, and he's going to expand behind this. And I mean, GuMiho has an assailable position right now.
Frankly, I think the next push could actually kill off Leenock. Leenock is down in workers. His muta count isn't big enough that it's like a real threat. If it just goes head-to-head with any Marines, that's going to be it. Now, maybe he can set up this Baneling Mine. Nicely done.
That's nice, but I don't think that's enough for him to get back to this game. I mean, his expansion is nearly mined out, considering it is a gold base. And he's working off, like, not that much right now.
He's coming forward now. Getting these tanks in siege mode. Simeon coming forward. Did Leenock buy enough time in that Baneling landmine?
As we see here, Leenock going for a nice attack here. Surrounds the tanks, but the Liberators are out here, and they're going to do a lot of damage to these
Yeah, the combination of the mutas. That's
GG.
it. GG. What? What? That's so weird. Okay. I'll take it. A very, very interesting series of results are happening right now. MVP Chicken Maru 1 win away from, especially if it's the next game, 3-0ing KT.
I mean,
oh my god.
The Korean commentators proving us foreign commentators wrong, picking GuMiho.
Damn. Yeah, good pick there.
KT against the wall right now. They're 2 games down. That being said, KT, if there's any team in the world besides SKT to take this to an ace match, it is KT. I mean, the next 2 games do look strong for them as well. I mean, we have TY, and we also have, I'm trying to think here. Okay, so next game is TY versus Ryung, and then after that is Stats versus Blaze, and those are 2 very winnable games for them.
Okay, I have to say, I am pleasantly surprised right now with the games that MVP Chicken Maru are bringing us. They're really showing that they truly do belong in Pro League.
Yeah, maybe the early losing streak that they had in Pro League was an anomaly, and now they're showing their true colors. And so far, to be frank, they are dominating KT Rollstar. Yeah,
I mean, this is just such a shocking result here. As yeah, let's see what happens, guys. I'm like so stunned right now at the games that we're seeing.
We're flabbergasted.
I am. I got this big smile on my face as I can't believe how well MVP Chicken Maru is playing. This has to be a very special day for them. The question is, can they win just one more game? If they can't win these next 2, I'd say at least the ace match they should take.
Ace match is possible, but I mean, you've got so many good players on KT to do the ace match.
That's true too. Okay, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we continue our match. Stay tuned.